Welcome inside Schuford Gymnasium for day 2 of the 2021 SAC Peach Belt crossover here on the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University. Game 1 today features the 2 winners from yesterday. The host Lenoir-Rhyne Bears taking on the number 3 ranked Lander Bearcats here in game 1 of 2 today from Schuford Gymnasium. Eric Bach and Blake Simmons, so grateful you're spending part of your Sunday afternoon with us. And Blake, it was impressive wins for both of these teams in different ways yesterday. Lenoir-Rhyne broke a 4-game season opener losing streak in a 68-62 win over USC Aiken. It was a gutsy, hard-fought win that was scrappy and not easy for the Bears. And Lander, on the flip side, got a good resume-boosting win, a top 25 win over Carson Newman, who will be featured in the second game against USC Aiken. But Blake, couldn't have asked for a better start if you're Graham Smith and the Bears yesterday against Aiken.
You could absolutely not. Like you said, close game, went back and forth. And at the end, the Bears had a 7-minute stretch where they held Aiken in the fourth quarter to 0 points, which is huge, especially since Coach Smith emphasizes that. So, like you said, great start for the Bears yesterday. Starting the season 1-0 always feels good. And they got a big test today versus Lander.
Maybe the biggest test of their entire season. All right, Blake, talking about Lander now. It was a good performance for them yesterday, coming off a Final Four appearance last year, an undefeated record in the Peach Belt, but they were led yesterday by their 2 All-Americans, Zamiah Passmore and Michaela Kanjay, who both had over 20 points, Passmore with 21, Kanjay with 20, and specifically Kanjay is going to be a load down low for the Bears to handle, as the Bears aren't the biggest team in the world, and their strength lies in their guards rather than the front court.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, Kanjay, Conference Player of the Year last year, is going to be a load to deal with. Obviously, it hurts with Mallory Sherrill out too, so there'll be a little light and depth in the front court. So it's going to have to be a collective effort, which they were able to do yesterday, especially with the 2 freshmen, Dillinger and Bone, leading the way. Dillinger finishing with 10 and 5, and Bone playing the most minutes and having at least 4, maybe 5 charges. So in terms of freshman debut, they had a great one to start the year.
Feels like this might be a Brandy Hudson game. She only played 13 minutes yesterday for the Bears because she got in early first-half foul trouble, but she's really probably the only Bear player with the experience in the front court to handle somebody as big and strong as Kanjay.
Absolutely, and she showed flashes of being able to score herself, reminiscent of the 23 points per game she scored last year at JUCO. Those flashes, hopefully they continue today, and she has a few more, and maybe get Kanjay in foul trouble and change the outlook of the game. So we'll see.
Going to need another huge game from Emily Harmon. 20 points, 12 rebounds yesterday for her, the sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia, the reigning SAC Freshman of the Year. Got her 3rd career double-double in just 18 career games here in the red and black for LR. And Lander's going to press the whole game. Emily's going to have to be right in the middle of breaking that and limiting the Bear turnovers. They were so good, only 9 turnovers yesterday in the season opener, which has got to be a number Graham Smith was super happy with.
Yep, absolutely. This game and pretty much the whole year's how Emily Harmon goes is going to play a huge factor in how the Bears go. So, like you said, it's going to be key to take care of the ball, limit the turnovers against Lander's pressure, and if you do that, you give yourself a chance.
Graham Smith told me that they will win and lose with Emily Harmon. I mean, he was very frank when we talked before the season started about the team, and it's true. She had a great game yesterday. The Bears won. She's going to need another great game to keep this thing close today. Bears wore their whites yesterday in their road blacks today. Lander in their home whites. And Rose Bone, freshman from Monroe, Georgia, who had the most minutes yesterday for LR with 31 in her Bear debut. We'll tip it up with Conjay. And we are underway with Lander getting the first possession, and Sarah Cruz, who gives it over to Passmore. Cruz actually played 38 minutes yesterday, but the first possession is a feed to Conjay, and she's got her first two.
Great start for Lander there. Getting an easy bucket for Conjay to get her going, picking up where she left off.
Yesterday, so picking up right where she left off in the first possession for LR is a turnover. So an easy bucket for Conjay and a turnover for the Bears on the first possession. Not the start that you want.
Misread from McClung there on that diagonal screen to the block. Stood a little early, threw it out of bounds.
It's Amaya Melvins on the right wing over there. She had another great game. This is Ricarte, too strong with the layup. Good defense there by Bone. Now Tilda Lindstrom, the freshman from Sweden who made her Bear debut yesterday, played 19 minutes. A couple of points, 4 rebounds, but 3 on the offensive glass. Senior McClung and the sophomore Harmon, who has the ball right there, are the 2 most experienced players for LR in the backcourt. Here's Emily, all the way to the rim.
Great take by Harmon there. Able to get an angle and get downhill, no help coming over from Lander.
Melvins, who had 12 and 7 yesterday before she fouled out of the Carson Newman game, wearing number 1 in white. There's another deep post to Conjay. The reverse layup is pretty. It's going to be hard to stop her, especially when she catches it that deep.
Absolutely, and Lander's trying to set the tone early going into Conjay. She's got 2 quick, easy buckets. I'm sure they'll look to do that for the remainder of the game, but LR is going to have to change something up.
Back cutting is Crooks, but she missed the layup as Conjay bothered it. Melvins. Bears in man-to-man right now, and we haven't seen the Lander press yet. This is Ricarte, senior from Spain, almost turned it over. Passmore does turn it over. It's intercepted by Harmon. That's one thing Passmore struggled with yesterday, had 8 turnovers. Corner 3 for Lindstrom is good. LR has their first lead early.
Great job by LR there, capitalizing off the Passmore turnover and get corner 3 for Lindstrom.
It's a part of her game that is strong, according to Graham Smith. A good 3-point shooter coming into her career. Melvin's a back cut, and she'll head to the free throw line, as I believe that was Lidstrom that got her. It is. So the first foul of the game goes on LR. And Amaya Melvins will shoot 2. So efficient yesterday, 5 for 6 from the floor. Graduate student from New Jersey swishes the first, and we're all square at 5. This is the second, but Conjay gets the offensive rebound. The ball goes off of the head of a Bear and in the hands of Emily Harmon. Emily behind the back gives it off to Rose Bone, who gets stripped. And another 3 from the other corner. Lidstrom's got 2, 1 from each corner.
Hot start, reminiscent of Landseidel yesterday, coming in the first quarter and knocking down 2 threes to get the Bears off to a hot start.
3 for 4 shooting start from the floor for LR. Very different from yesterday, where they missed their first 6 shots of the game. Passmore, the All-American, throws it to her other All-American. And Michaela Conjay has 6 early points here for Lander. Harmon off a screen from Bone. Dribbling around a lot. The floater gets the friendly roll. Everything dropping for LR here in the first 4 minutes.
Great start for the game for LR. Like you said, making the shots.
Ricarte gets around Crooks, and her reverse layup spins out, but she gets it back, misses again, and gets fouled on the 3rd attempt. That one's on Rose Bone, her first. But you can't give Lander 3 opportunities from point-blank range if you're LR there, as Brandy Hudson will check in for the first time, along with Maddie Dillinger.
Yeah, Lander's setting the tone in the paint, and LR's setting the tone from outside to start the game. But like you said, Lander's too many opportunities right now, close to the rim for Lander.
Dillinger, who just came in, had 10 points and 5 rebounds in 18 minutes off the bench yesterday as Ricarte gets the friendly roll off front rim. And Hudson, 4 points, 4 rebounds. All 4 of her points came from the free throw line. She went 0 for 5 from the floor as Anaya Jester comes in for the first time. She's the 6th player for It's tipped, almost a turnover immediately as Dillinger grabs it. Hannah McClung will dribble across the timeline. Through a trap, bounce pass to Hudson. Open layup, and she gets it.
Great play by McClung there. Dribbling through the trap, under control in the paint, dropping it off to Hudson for the easy basket.
Brandy's first field goal as a Bear. It's 12-9 LR. Kanjé again gets behind the post defense, and she's got 8 of the Lander 11 here to start. Harmon full head of steam. Gives it off to Dillinger. Another assist and a timeout for Kevin Peterson. 2 easy buckets for the Bears off the press. And LR is off to a 6 for 7 shooting start. Couple of threes and a lot of looks just like that, Blake.
Yeah, they've done a great job these last 2 possessions, breaking the press for easy layups, playing under control once they get into the paint, dropping it off for 2 easy baskets so far. Great job by LR. I mean, they haven't seen it much, but the last 2 times they have seen the pressure, they've capitalized.
Can't ask for a better start if you're Graham Smith. We'll take a short break, come right back. Early 3-point lead for the Bears over Lander on the Bears Sports Network. Welcome back to Schufert Gymnasium here on the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University. What a great start for the Bears against the number 3 team in the country. It's 14-11 Lenoir-Rhyne over Lander here in game 1 of 2 today from the Shoe on the Bears Sports Network. Eric Bach and Blake Simmons here with you, but a 6 for 7 shooting start for LR has put them in front early. Lander hasn't been bad offensively. 4 for 8 from the floor. Kanjé's got 8 points, but it's the Bears that are off to the early lead. That shot is blocked and wrestled around as Kanjé there. She gives it off. Jester. And now another foul on LR as Kanjé will head to the free throw line. That one's on McClung. That is her first and the team's third.
Kanjé off to another hot start like she was yesterday, scoring 10 points in the first quarter in yesterday's game. Can get there with these if she knocks down these 2 free throws.
She was so good from the free throw line yesterday, 10 for 11. Half of her points in the game yesterday came from the charity stripe, and she's got the first one today. She was 79% last year in her All-American year, Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. Leaves the second one short. The rebound grab by Hudson. And the press is still on for Lander. Almost a turnover, but it's off of Sarah Cruz, so it'll stay with LR. Only 7 seconds to get it across the timeline now for LR. This is the press we expected to see from the jump. Lander just now putting it on. Harmon tried to give it off to Dillinger. McClung has to hurry, and she just barely gets it over in time. Hudson shot fakes, lost control, and a blocking foul there on Lander. It was pretty close there as Hudson didn't really have much control of the ball. The foul is on Amaya Melvins. That's the first foul on Lander. Hudson and a held ball as she got hounded by two defenders there. The arrow favors LR.
Looks like Lander's going zone baseline bounce defense.
Get it to McClung. She was really the only Bear that struggled offensively yesterday. Just one single point and another turnover there on a bad entry to Dillinger. Second turnover for LR. Both of them by McClung. Open three for Jester. She's got her first in the first three of the game for Lander. And there's a foul on Lander on the entry. That's on Melvins. Lander got in foul trouble yesterday. Now Melvins has two. She fouled out yesterday, so.
Yeah, though she's not one of their top scorers or an All-American, she had a really good game. I think leading the team in plus-minus yesterday, so that's a significant loss, depending on how long Coach Peterson keeps her on the bench.
Both of the Lander fouls on Melvins. Cross-court pass to Lindstrom. A kick to Dillinger. Long two from the corner. Too strong. Rebound grab by Lindstrom. McClung an open three. She can shoot it. Doesn't get the roll. And here comes Lander. Jester almost fell down, and she did travel. Dragged that pivot foot as she got cut off there deep by the LR defense, but good transition D there from the Bears.
Yeah, great job by Lindstrom, staying in front and staying down on that shot fake, forcing Lander into that travel.
All five Lander defenders on this side of half court. And now with Hudson going long, the Bearcats retreat some. McClung dribbles into the front court. Lander switches back to man-to-man. They're a little bit confused there with Passmore, who's now on the ball, as Landsidle's come in for the Bears. Hudson strong to the rim. Good defense there by Conjay to not foul. Passmore, 21 yesterday, misses her first one today. Ball tipped around and grabbed by Landsidle. Numbers now for the Bears. McClung almost had it stolen as Jester swiped it from her, but it went out of bounds and will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne. Back and forth first quarter. There's a foul on Conjay as she blew through that screen of Hudson. Just her first. But Sierra Ravel will come in for her as Kevin Peterson doesn't want to get her second foul before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we'll see how long she stays on the bench. Might be just a little breather. One foul, not too concerning at this point.
She's got 9 of the 15 points for Lander, so most of their offense just went to the bench. Landsidle off the screen. So good from three yesterday, but that one not close. Looked like she might have rushed it there. Passmore in transition and carried the ball. She did. She had a bunch of turnovers yesterday, 8 of them. That's her second of this game, so the All-American moving a little bit too fast for herself here in the early season.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 8 turnovers yesterday didn't impact them too much as they were pull out the win, but it's something to keep an eye on as we move forward in this game.
She still had a good game, 21 points, 9 rebounds, so turnovers didn't hurt her too much. Harmon a straightaway three off the front iron. Rebound to Ricarte. Passmore again pushing the issue, and she'll head to the free throw line. 4th foul already on the Bears. That one's on Emily Harmon. That's her second foul, so It's a costly one there for LR as Tatum McBride will come in for her.
Yeah, the Bears will probably have to play at least this next 2 minutes, 18 seconds in the first quarter without Harmon, which is, like you said, a significant blow.
Passmore at the line, 3 for 6 from the charity stripe yesterday. Misses her first. .65% from the line a year ago for the junior from Locust Grove, Georgia. Misses them both. Rebound to Hudson. At this point, with Emily Harmon on the bench, Bears just trying to weather this last 2:05 of the first quarter. Would help if Dillinger could get going. Rebound to Jester. After a 6 for 7 shooting start, the Bears have cooled off. They've missed their last 6 shots. Ricarte, left-handed scoop shot, misses. Almost out of bounds there was McClung, but she grabbed it inbounds. Dillinger off the bounce. Left it short. Gets it back. Misses again. Rebound tipped around. Grabbed by Hudson. So strong. She misses. Dillinger finally gets it. About the 4th or 5th chance there for LR, and they retake the lead.
Great job by the Bears. They're battling on the boards, and like you said, after that, on that 4th or 5th chance, they were able to put it in. And
Passmore pulls a 3 from the wing. That is nothing but net. Couple of threes yesterday. Shoots it from 35% behind the deep line. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. It's been a great first quarter. Here as Passmore gets her hand in the passing lane. Can she run it down? She cannot. Stays with LR with 13 on the shot clock. Michaela Conjay coming back in.
Saw some of that patented Lander pressure right there, denying the catch. Making it difficult for Dillinger to get it to Bergstrom right there. I would think if LR has a backdoor set in here, we'll see at some point soon, just to keep Lander honest with the pressure, the ball pressure and off-ball pressure.
Another fight for Dillinger down low, and she cannot finish. Ricarte gets the rebound, and the shot clock is off, so Lander can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they choose, and that's what Passmore will do. Samaya averaged 25 points per game in the NCAA tournament last year. A run to the Final Four for Lander. A tough layup doesn't go. Conjay's right there to clean it up, but they both missed, and that will end the first quarter. Lenoir-Rhyne made 6 of their first 7 shots, but missed 12 out of their last 13 shots of the quarter. And Lander holds just a 2-point lead after 1. It's an interesting first quarter, shaping up to be a really good game here on Sunday afternoon at the Shoe. Back with the second quarter after these messages on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Second quarter here on John Lentz Court inside Schuford Gymnasium. Game 1 of day 2 of the 2021 SAC Peach Belt crossover. Number 3 Lander and the host Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, and it was a great first quarter. Eric Bach and Blake Simmons. Hope you enjoyed that opening quarter as much as we did.
Looks like Lander comes out trying to get Conjay a post up on the block, understandably so.
They get one for Ricarte on the other side, and she lays it in. She's got 4 points here in the early going. Lenoir-Rhyne hasn't scored in over 2 minutes and missed 12 out of their last 13 shots, but Dillinger ends that streak with a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Great take and left-hand finish there by Dillinger against Ricarte. Able to draw the foul, get to the line.
Maddie, yesterday, 10 points in just 18 minutes off the bench as Ricarte picks up the foul. She fouled out of the game yesterday. Her and Melvin's were the 2 people in major foul trouble for Lander as Dillinger swishes the free throw and completes the three-point play. The lead is just 1 for Lander. Another post feed to Conjay. They've run that play 5 times now, and it's been successful all 5 times. She's got 11 points. Emily Harmon still on the bench for LR with 2 fouls. Conjay with a steal there. Passmore slashing, lost it, and turns it over again.
That is where she's her most dangerous, but the last couple times she's had an opportunity transition. She hasn't been able to capitalize.
A little bit ironic, her last name is Passmore when she's a scorer.
She is that.
Lots of pun intended there. Hudson, shot fake, spins. Blocked partially by Ricarte. Conjay fights and ends up with the rebound. Passmore 3, pure. She's 2 for 2 from behind the deep line, and neither of them have grazed the rim.
Right now it's kind of not the danger zone, but you play with, do you bring Emily Harmon back in so the game doesn't get away from you too quick, or just keep her on the bench and nurse those 2 fouls?
Hudson slashes. She's got a layup.
With plays like that, it'll be easier to keep Harmon on the bench.
Blakely Crooks is at the scorers table right now for LR. Another feed to Conjay. She misses this time off good help defense, and a foul there on Hannah McClung. That's her first. It's actually Molly James coming in for Landseidel. She played 6 minutes in her Bear debut yesterday, the freshman from Great Britain. And Ricarte at the line, already 2 for 2 today, and Ricarte already has 6 rebounds in this game. Swishes the first. And has them both. Lander yesterday as a team, 20 for 25 from the free throw line. A 12-point win over Carson Newman. So making the most of their trips to the charity stripe. Hudson much more active offensively. Reverse layup is blocked by Ricarte. Passmore in transition. What a feed. Running rim to rim is Conjay, and a timeout for LR. Grams, go ahead, Blake.
See a little of that All-American connection right there. Passmore on the rim run in transition. Conjay on the rim run in transition, and Passmore is able to find it for an easy basket.
We'll stay right here as the timeout is just 30 seconds. But for Graham Smith, I think he senses this is danger time here, and maybe the time to get Emily Harmon back in the game with the 2 fouls and just over 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought these days. It's, do you sit the player with 2 fouls and save him for the second half, or do you let him play and almost not foul your own player out? And especially in a spot like this, like you said, it's maybe a little bit of a danger zone with how quickly Lander can score the basket, cause turnovers. So something to think about.
Harmon was very good in her 8 minutes. She's 4 points, 2 for 2 from the floor, rebound, assist, a steal, and no turnovers. Dillinger leads the way for the Bears with 7 points. Lindstrom's got 6 in the 2 corner threes, but ever since she hit those early, she hasn't been a factor offensively. Hudson has, but she's only 2 for 6, has missed a couple close attempts near the rim.
Yeah, Hudson's made a couple nice moves to get close to the basket. The length of Lander's bothering her a little bit once she gets there, though. So keep attacking and get a few of those to fall, get fouled. Things can change.
Kayla Conjay with 13 points on 6 of 9 shooting for Lander. This is Molly James, the freshman. Tatum McBride, the senior. Ton of experience for her. Played in a lot of games just like this. James dribbles into the corner, 7 to shoot. Dillinger's got to make something happen and commits an offensive foul. Drawn that time by Jester. Might have been a little bit of an acting job there by Jester.
I was going to say a little embellishment there, but she was able to draw the foul and have Dillinger pick up a personal.
Didn't look like a ton of extension there from Dillinger. Ricarte an open 3 straight away. She's got it. She's got 9 points now. And the lead is double digits for Lander for the first time. After that hot shooting start for LR, they're only at 37% from the floor now. Lander's over 50. James will pull a 3. Needed that one, didn't get it. Rebound tipped around and grabbed by Dillinger. Already 7 offensive rebounds in this first half for LR. That's helped them offensively.
Lander in a 2-3 zone right now. LR looking to get it down low. They do.
Find Hudson to her left shoulder, blocked again by Ricarte. Passmore slashes to the rim. She's so good at that. Gets the tough 2 to drop.
Once again, Passmore's able to get out in transition and get an easy layup at the rim. Her speed is, I don't know if LR will see somebody with more speed than her this year. She's just pretty special in transition.
9-0 run for Lander over the last 2:20. Dillinger in the middle. Had a shot, passed it up. McBride a 3. Boy, did LR need that. Tatum's first 3 of the year, and then a turnover. Oh, a good bounce, but Conjay missed the layup, and she'll head to the free throw line. Oh, man, that was a missed opportunity there for LR as 2 players went for the steal, and it ended up in the hands of Conjay. Always in the right place at the right time.
Like you said, unfortunate bounce for LR there. Conjay's able to gather it and draw the foul and get to the free throw line, where she's been very good all weekend.
Fouls on Hudson, her first. Harmon the only Bear with 2 fouls. Conjay misses the first. She's now 1 for 3 from the line today after a 10 for 11 day yesterday. Splits the pair. The lead is 11. Back into that full court press. Harmon back in for LR as well. She's got the ball. Back and forth to McBride. Graham Smith calls out the play. LR into their set with 10 to shoot. Harmon feeds, Blakely Crooks. Crooks spins, pivots, feeds, and throws it away.
Good idea, but with the shot clock running down there, Crooks needed to get something on the rim to give them a chance at a few points or offensive rebound.
Conjay comes off. Sierra Ravel comes back on. She played 7 minutes yesterday, mostly spelling Conjay. Jester baseline. Quick move there. She's got the easy layup. James thought about the three, takes the free throw line jumper and rattles it home. Molly's first field goal as a Bear. Passmore all the way to the rim, and an offensive foul. Bears drew 5 of those yesterday. Blakely Crooks was just outside the restricted area there. And another turnover for Passmore. Let's take a look. Pretty clear.
Great job by Crooks getting her heels outside that charge circle and drawing the foul and Passmore in transition.
The Bears can get this down to 5 or 6 points. It feels like they have a chance. Hudson pivots, but she misses the layup. Passmore grabs the rebound. Hudson now 2 for 8 from the floor. Most of them have been from that distance. Ricarte doubled, and a foul, they say. Looked like she traveled, but I think the foul caused the travel. And Hudson's whistled for her second. Rose Bone will come back in for her. Let's take a look. Hard to see the contact on that right arm there from this angle. Passmore got in the air. And Jester will reset it. Ricarte in the post. Jester traveled. Second time she's done that and says to her coach, I should have shot that, and Kevin Peterson agrees.
Yeah, just got going a little too fast right there on the catch, and like she's mentioned to her coach, she probably should have shot that. But good for the Bears.
Crooks look to feed it to Bone, who can't catch it, and it stays with Lenoir-Rhyne for now. I think the officials are about to change this. It didn't look like it hit Ricarte, and it goes back to Lander.
Yeah, Ricarte definitely didn't go after it like it hit her leg. So
Conjay will come in for Ricarte, so Ravel and Conjay on the floor at the same time for Lander. Not a combo we saw a whole lot yesterday. Lead is still 9 for the Bearcats. Post feed into Conjay. One-on-one with Bone. Physical, just too easy for her. She's got 16 points in the first half.
She's been able to catch it in that area all first half, and she's capitalized like you expect she would, being the type of player she is.
7 for 11 from the floor here in the first half. Harmon stops and starts. Tough two. Gets it to drop.
Great take by Harmon there. A little awkward finish, but she's able to kiss it off the glass.
Got to happen on this end for LR if they want to stay in this game. Another feed to Conjay. One-on-one again. Oh, man. Rose Bone looked like she was straight up there, and Conjay kind of lost her balance, but she gets the benefit of the whistle. Second on Bone, so she'll come out. Dillinger will come back in. Harmon, Bone, and Hudson all with 2 fouls for LR here with 2:12 to go in the first half. First one is swished. Don't forget we've got Carson Newman and USC Aiken coming up 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one to conclude this year's SAC Peach Belt crossover. Both teams lost to these two yesterday, trying to get their first wins of the season. Conjay hits both. Just too shy already in the first half of her 20-point output yesterday. Crooks, a tough one, gets the friendly roll.
Tough running layup there by Crooks, as you mentioned. But the Bears will take them any way they can get them right now.
LR's made 3 out of their last 4 shots and are picking it up a little bit on offense. They're trading baskets right now. Jester gets the acrobatic layup to drop. She's got 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting. James slashing, left-handed layup. The Bears are getting good looks right near the basket the past few possessions.
Yeah, they've been able to get to the rim the last few possessions and get layup attempts, which always helps when you're trying to get back into the game against Lander.
And they've missed a good amount of layups, too. Make a few more, this game's even closer. Passmore. Teardrop is short. Rebound grabbed by Conjay. She misses. And now a foul on Lander off the rebound. It'll go back to Lenoir-Rhyne. It's on Passmore. That's her first. Pardon me, that's Passmore's second. So her and Melvin's both with 2. So I would think for the last minute and 2 seconds of this first half, Passmore will be on the bench. McBride back in as well for LR. Lander's still in that 2-3 zone. Crooks slashing. Another floater, way too strong. And this is a foul on Lenoir-Rhyne on the rebound. I think Crooks following up her miss. It is. And Lander will be shooting free throws now. First foul on Crooks.
If you're the Bears here, you'd like to try and get the single digits before the end of this half in the next 45 seconds.
Melvin shooting 2. Lander already 15 free throw attempts in the first half. Lenoir-Rhyne's only shot 1 free throw. But Melvin's misses them both, so a break there for the Bears.
Opportunity for a 2-for-1, but they might have missed that opportunity. Getting into the set a little later, but
about a 14-second difference between game and shot clock. Post feed to Dillinger, pivoting and traveled. Changed the pivot foot there. Pretty easy call for the ref that time.
Yep, good idea. Just switch that pivot foot up, lean to the turnover, and Lander's got an opportunity to push this thing to 13 or 14.
Shot clock is off, so Lander can have the last possession. Jester running the point. Almost stolen by McClung as Cruz picked it up. Ricarte post feed and stolen by LR. McClung has to heave it at the buzzer. She does. It almost makes it. My goodness. That was about as good as you could get from that distance for Hannah McClung in a first half. And the first half ends with Lander leading by 11, 43-32, but Lenoir-Rhyne finished making 3 out of their last 4 shots. It could have been worse for the Bears and Graham Smith there at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, good finish by the Bears there offensively. Like you said, defensively is where they're going to have to pick it up a little bit. But within striking distance, no doubt, against the number 3 ranked team in the nation to start the year. So you got a chance, and that's what you can ask for at this point in the game.
Lander shoots 53% from the floor and 4 for 4 from behind the three-point line in the first half. Holds an 11-point halftime lead over the Bears here in their home gym. We'll be back with the second half in about 13 minutes here from Schuford Gymnasium here on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing.
This once-in-a-generation project will give student athletes an advantage and position Lenoir-Rhyne as a leader in academics and athletics.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Doesn't matter who you are, Everett has you covered. Proud sponsor of the LR Bears.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to the Schuford Gymnasium. Here's the brand new Bear head on the brand new floor inside the shoe. The first event basketball-wise in this new facility this year is this SAC Peach Belt crossover. And in the first game of the second day, Lander leads the host Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 43-32 at the half. Eric Bach and Blake Simmons. Glad you're along with us on this Sunday afternoon from Hickory. And Blake, can't say I'm too surprised about the way Lander played in the first half. They have a lot more experience, depth, and size in the front court, and the All-American Michaela Conjay had 18 points for Lander in the first half to pace the Bearcats.
Absolutely, Eric. They just picked up where they left off yesterday in terms of scoring the ball. I think they had 50 in the first half yesterday, and they finished with 43 today, so a little bit less, but like you said, not surprised, shooting 53% from the field and 4 for 4 from 3, which is surprising. I mean, anytime you can go perfect from 3 with multiple attempts, it's a good thing. So, like you said, Lander has played like we thought they would, and the Bears are still within striking distance here. Start the third.
LR has the first possession. There's Emily Harmon, limited minutes-wise by foul trouble, and it's a turnover and a steal by Passmore, who gets cut off, but misses the floater long, and the rebound to Harmon. Emily had 6 points in 13 minutes in the first half and went 3 for 3 from the floor, but they're going to need even more from her offensively in the second half if they want to win this game. There's a back-cutting Crooks, but good defense by Melvins to cut it off.
Bears started a couple new players this half, trying to get something going.
It's a foul on Ricarte. And Brandy Hudson, who worked so hard in that first half and just couldn't get the ball in the basket around the rim. As you take a look at the Spangler replay, all our replays presented by our friends at Spangler Restoration. Brandy had 4 points on 2 of 8 shooting and misses her first free throw. She went 4 for 4 from the line in the win over USC Aiken yesterday, but misses the first. And swishes the second to break a 2-minute, 10-second scoring drought for LR that went back to the first half. Back to 10. Another 3 for Passmore, misses everything. That's the first 3-point miss of the game for Lander.
Bears lost Passmore there in the half-court defense, and she was able to get a great look. Wasn't able to capitalize, though.
Dillinger dribbled it off her foot, finds the back-cutting Hudson, who didn't catch it clean, goes up strong, misses the shot, ends up back with it. Dillinger now has it, and a held ball. Looked like Hudson might have gotten fouled there on the second attempt, but the arrow favors Lander. I got to tell you, Hudson and Dillinger have not been getting many whistles on those offensive rebounds tonight.
Yeah, they've had a couple opportunities around the rim and haven't been able to capitalize up to this point, but you got to think if they keep getting those opportunities, they're going to start capitalizing, which will be good for the Bears.
Good defense there on the help side by Dillinger to tip it out of bounds. And that shot gets blocked by Hudson right off the immediate inbound, but Conjay so quick there. Now she has it at the elbow. She won't generally shoot that shot. Most of her work is done right by the basket. Open 3 for Ricarte off the feet from Passmore is short, and Hudson grabs the rebound. Bears looking to break. Only 3 fast break points in the first half for Lenoir-Rhyne and 4 for Lander, so most of this game has been played in the half court. Harmon thought about the 3. Scoop shot with the left hand is too strong, and another offensive rebound for Hudson. She puts it on the floor, and Lander ends up with it.
Tough left-handed layup there from Harmon. I think she got in between shooting a jumper and taking a layup. She moved the layup and shot it a little too hard off the backboard.
Too far for Conjay. Not a good pass there from Cruz. And the 8th Lander turnover. Harmon lost it on the behind-the-back dribble. And a steal there for Jester. Molly James got a little careless on the dribble, and Jester took it from her.
Looked like there was a little contact there, but didn't get called. Lander ends up with the possession.
Conjay had an open look at a jumper, but finds an even better look for Passmore for the wide open layup.
Looked like Harmon got caught up in some screening action there, and Lander was able to capitalize with an easy Passmore layup.
Harmon looking to create her own shot. She does, and commits an offensive foul. Her third. Good defense there from Jester, but bit of a force there from Emily Harmon.
Yeah, and that ends up being our third foul, so that will come into play as she heads to the bench and as we move forward in this second half.
Bears back in man-to-man. Looking for Conjay on the block. And Passmore with 10 to shoot. Ricarte a three. She had a couple of them in the first half. Misses. The rebound is tipped around. Good effort there by Hudson to tip it to Crooks, who grabbed it. Post feed and a touch for Hudson. Right shoulder through contact, no call, and no basket for Brandy. Passmore didn't stop the ball. Jester the layup. Excuse me, that was Melvin's the layup. She's got 3 points.
Passmore able to get out in transition and find Melvin for the easy layup.
Passmore's fourth assist to go along with 10 points and 3 rebounds. And there's a foul on Melvin's, her third, and Cruz will come back in for her. Got to hurry if you're McClung. Gets it into James in the corner. Freshman from Great Britain picks up her dribble at the free throw line. Just a lot of dribbling right now on offense for the Bears. And a held ball. Possession arrow will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne with 4 on the shot clock. With Rose Bone coming back in. Shot clock will stay at 4 here as Lenoir-Rhyne had the possession. It didn't change, so got to have something quick here for the Bears. Dillinger at the elbow. Got to hurry. And she does not get it off. The shot was good, but it was late and a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Dillinger was able to get to the rim there and finish that layup, but like you said, a little too late for the Bears.
Bears trying to get it done at this end. Only 1 point for LR in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Intercepted by Dillinger on the feed. The 6'2" freshman looking like a point guard. 3-pointer for James. Clanks off left iron. The rebound to Passmore. Gets trapped in the corner, but Bone steals it. And then traveled. Looked for James, but she was covered and then turned it over. But that's probably a turnover that Graham Smith will live with there.
Yeah. Playing hard, got it, just got caught in the air. Looking for a teammate near the rim, and she unfortunately threw it away.
Lenoir-Rhyne hasn't scored in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. That same amount of time is left in the third quarter as we step aside for immediate timeout on the Bears Sports Network. Back here at the shoe, see head coach Graham Smith in his second year trying to help the Bears figure it out on offense. They've only scored, dating back to the first half, they've only scored 1 point in the last about 7 minutes of gameplay. Scoreless for the last 4:40 here in the third quarter. And then after going scoreless for the last 2:10 of the first half. So they've hunkered down defensively, but they haven't been able to catch up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, part of that's due to the turnovers. They're at 13 now after being at just 7 in the first half. So they've almost equaled their first half total in the first half of the third quarter. So able to take care of the ball, just able to get better quality possessions.
Passmore didn't catch that pass cleanly and then traveled. It's McBride and Tilda Lindstrom, who had a couple of threes off the bench in the early first half, comes back in. Bears got to get that outside game going some more. Only 3 for 9 from behind the deep line. Lander 4 for 7. McClung running the point. Back in the zone is Lander. McClung thought about the three. And McBride will take it from the wing. And a foul on Rose Bone on the rebound. It's her third foul. So her and Harmon both with 2. Emily's still on the bench right now, but got to think with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, she'll be back in the game pretty soon.
Yeah, the Bears looking to make a run. Emily's usually going to be in the game when they're trying to do that. So I'd suspect we'll see her here soon at the end of this third quarter.
Brandy Hudson going back to the scorer's table for LR. Almost a turnover there for Lander. They feed Kanje. Blocked from behind, but a foul. Man, looked like a pretty clean block there for LR and Dillinger. But foul called. Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I agreed. It looked like, from our angle, a pretty clean block in live action and on the replay.
Kanje back to the free throw line where she's 4 for 6 today. 18 points for her. Now 19. She had 20 in the win over Carson Newman last night. And averaged 17.7 points per game last year, and that was the same amount of points per game that she averaged in the NCAA tournament as well. Highlighted by a 26-point performance in the Elite Eight. This zone has really worked for Lander. Lenoir-Rhyne not getting many good looks out of it.
Yeah, Lander switched it up over the last quarter, a little over a quarter. Like you said, the zone's kind of thrown LR's rhythm off after they finished last. They had a couple good possessions in the middle of the second quarter.
Those three-pointers are the only looks they're getting right now. Passmore out of control, lost it. Lindstrom got fouled by Sarah Cruz. Probably a good foul there in transition by her as the Bears had numbers ahead. Only the first on Cruz and the third on Lander here in the third. Each team with 3 team fouls. But the free throw disparity is huge. Lander's shot 18 free throws and Lenoir-Rhyne's only shot 3. McBride, a short jumper, barely grazes the rim. Might have gotten partially blocked. Kanje, they give her that shot and she doesn't take it. Ten on the shot clock. Kanje will take it this time, and she'll hit it. She's making those. She's deadly. The lead is 19 for Lander.
Yeah, that is a tough guard if she is going to make those shots. I think she's reluctant, but shot clock was kind of running down there, and she shot it with a little less pressure and was able to knock it down.
She's a very serious player on the court, too, but you saw her give a big grin after that one went down. Another miss, but another offensive rebound for McBride.
Nice play there from Coach Smith to get LR a little 15-foot baseline J against the zone.
Hudson had the jumper at the free throw line, decides to take it up strong, can't get it to go. Neither can Dillinger. How many times has that happened tonight where either Hudson or Dillinger has rebounded the other's miss and then missed themselves?
Probably one too many if you would ask Coach Smith at this point.
Conjay last year, by the way, 3 for 10 from behind the three-point line, so she didn't take many and stepped out of bounds. Down there did Passmore. Evan Peterson thought she got fouled, but doesn't get the call. Seven rebounds apiece for Hudson and Dillinger, but only 5 points for Hudson and 7 for Dillinger. Lidstrom drives and kicks. Dillinger a three, way short. The rebound tipped and will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne with 6 on the shot clock and 49.6 to go in the third quarter.
Good hustle there by Hannah McClung to get extra possession for the Bears as this third quarter comes to an end.
Tough spot to inbound there for LR in the corner. McClung will trigger. And it's tipped, and it will stay with the Bears even deeper in the corner. As Cruz, who is defending the ball right there, got a hand on it. McClung. Grabbed by Passmore. They go quick, maybe a 2-for-1 here for Lander. About 11.5, 12-second difference between the game and shot clock, but looks like they will just run their offense here. Passmore drives baseline, kicks it out. Ricarte an open three. Pure.
Great baseline drive and drift pass by Passmore there, and the one more to Ricarte for a good look for Lander.
Ricarte's into double figures now with 12. McClung dribbles a lot, but banks it in at the buzzer. A high degree of difficulty there for Hannah McClung, but the Bears end the third quarter shooting 1 for their last 14, and there's the one. So not a good offensive third quarter for LR. As you take a look at the Spangler replay, McClung just improvising.
Yeah, that was a tough third quarter offensively for the Bears, finishing with just 3 points and one made field goal, which happened right as the buzzer was expiring in that third quarter. So that helped Lander push the lead out from what it was at halftime. So
the lead was 9 at halftime. Now it's 20 after 3. We head to the fourth. Lander 55, Lenoir-Rhyne 35 on the Bear Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Schuford Gymnasium at Lenoir-Rhyne, the host site of the 2021 SAC Peach Belt crossover. Lander outscored LR 12-3 in that third quarter. It was a fairly low-scoring third quarter on both sides, but the only bucket for the Bears came right at the buzzer. A bank-contorted shot by Hannah McClung. Harmon back in So there's some offense instantly there for the Bears. There's a jumper by Jester that misses. Rebound tipped around and grabbed by Tatum McBride, but she lost it out of bounds.
Looked like a little contact there on the rebound with Tatum, and she lost the ball, but Lander's able to get it back off that rebound.
Off the inbound, Passmore, a jumper too strong. Rebound to Harmon. Double-double yesterday for her. Gives it off to Hudson for the easy two.
Great job by Harmon there, pushing the pace. Hudson able to get an easy basket.
Something the Bears didn't do at all in the third quarter is push the pace. As Kanjay catches the long pass again, and she's got 25 points. And they have a delay of game warning on Kanjay there as she hit the ball after it went through the basket. So just a warning on Lander. The lead is still 20. Dillinger, an open free throw line jumper short. Hudson, the offensive rebound, and she'll head to the free throw line. I thought they weren't going to call the foul, but they finally did. And Brandy will head to the free throw line as Kanjay picks up the foul.
Hudson was able to come down with that among three Lander players, get to the line. Get herself a few easy ones.
She's had a tough night. Her and Dillinger have just about identical numbers, 7 points each, 3 for 13 from the floor each. Hudson's got one more rebound. But it's been a lot of those close contested misses with Kanjay and others, Ricarte, around challenging those shots around the rim. Just nothing easy for Lenoir-Rhyne tonight. Hudson makes them both. She's 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Another long pass, this one too far for Kanjay, and another turnover for Passmore. She has matched her total from yesterday in turnovers with 8 in this game.
Lander in a 2-2-1 press. I don't know if it's so much for turnovers initially as it is just to waste some clock, kind of eat into the clock. But you saw they tried to trap there over half court to still create the turnovers.
A timeout called by Graham Smith there as Brandy Hudson was trapped. We'll stick right here during the break. But LR only 1 for their last 11 from three-point land. 16 for 49 from the floor. That's only 32%. Lander an even 50%, 20 for 40 from the floor, and 6 for 9 from three-point land. So it's not surprising that the Bearcats have an 18-point lead here in the early fourth quarter.
No, you see why the Lander is a top team in the nation. Obviously, they've held LR almost scoreless in that whole entire third quarter with only 1 field goal, 1 free throw made. So you kind of, like we kind of talked about at the end of last night, it's a good measuring stick for the Bears to see where they're at as a team in the program, because this is the elite program in the region, arguably. So good opportunity for the Bears to judge themselves early and build from here.
Another impressive number for Lander is 17 assists on 26 made field goals. So they have 17 assists to 13 turnovers, but 8 of those 13 turnovers have been by Zamaya Passmore, the All-American. So they're sharing the ball. Created some turnovers themselves. LR has 14 turnovers for the game, and I think if this result holds and Lander ends up winning the game, that LR will go back and kind of kick themselves about all the close misses they've had as well.
Yeah, it wasn't the best afternoon finishing around the rim for the Bears, especially for the two bigs, Hudson and Dillinger, but
Lander back in man-to-man defense after they were in zone for most of the third quarter. Harmon behind the back. Long jumper is pure. Emily's 4 for 5 from the floor. She just hasn't gotten that many opportunities to score.
She's been kind of battling foul trouble the whole game. Hasn't had a ton of minutes.
She's got 3 fouls, but I would imagine she'll be on the floor the rest of the way. Lead is 16 for Lander. Jester lost it, and the ball goes back to Lenoir-Rhyne. Been kind of a frustrating day for her. 7 points and 4 turnovers in 26 minutes. Also does have 5 assists, so numbers aren't eye-popping, but still good. McBride, Dillinger an open 3. She's got it. Boy, the Bears needed that one. That's their first 3-point make in the last 11 attempts.
Bears on a nice little run here to open the fourth quarter, cut into the lead a little bit.
Little 7-0 spurt for the Bears over a minute 20. Conjay ends that. Too easy there against Dillinger, and a quick timeout for Kevin Peterson.
Yeah, it's tough if you're going to play behind Conjay in the post. It's tough to give her that position and expect her not to do well.
She's got 27 points on 10 of 15 shooting to go along with 7 rebounds, an assist, a steal, a block, and only 2 personal fouls. But LR now in the fourth quarter, 4 of their last 5 from the floor. Have picked it up a little bit offensively here, but they got to get the stops on defense. It just hasn't been complementary play tonight for LR. When the offense has been working, the defense hasn't, and vice versa.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. They haven't just been able to marry those two together so far today. So to make a true run at Lander this last little over 2 quarters. So they got maybe one more shot here towards the end of the game. We'll see if they can do it. I'm sure Graham's going to one of his favorite plays, sets out of here to try and get a quick basket. We'll see. Lander might come out in some zone and try and confuse LR a little bit. I would assume Graham's drawing up a man play. So if they come out in the zone, that could throw stuff off a little bit.
Lenoir-Rhyne actually out-rebounding Lander in this game, 29-28, including 13 offensive rebounds for the Bears. But a lot of those 13 opportunities have ended in close misses around the rim for Lenoir-Rhyne. Turnovers are a wash, 14 apiece. And Tatum McBride brings it across the timeline for LR. They feed Hudson straight into the chest of Conjay. Good defense there again by Michaela.
Hudson's really struggled today, finished around the rim. Caught the ball in a good position multiple times. She just hasn't been able to finish.
Brandy now 3 for 14 from the floor. Graham Smith pleading with the officials to call 3 seconds on Conjay. She camps out in there a lot. Jester to the rim. Doesn't get the roll at the end of the shot clock. The rebound to Dillinger. Has to pick up her dribble and hand it off to Emily Harmon. Harmon gets a screen from Hudson. Spins baseline and will head to the free throw line. Just a one-woman offense there for the Bears, but Emily will get 2 free throws out of it. Jester the guilty party. Harmon last year, 86% from the free throw line. Swishes the first. Has them both, and the lead is back down to 13. Feels like now or never. The Bears have to make their run.
Agreed. Here's maybe the best opportunity they've had since the first half to get this lead to double single digits in the next couple possessions. Put a little pressure on Lander to end the game.
9-2 run for the Bears over the last 3 minutes. Landers slowed down offensively here in the fourth quarter. Passmore trying to get him going. Too strong. Conjay the rebound. Those are the backbreakers for Lenoir-Rhyne. Michaela Conjay's got 29 points.
Yeah, it seems like anytime Landers needs needed a bucket to stop a run. Conjay's the one that's come up with it, whether it's through a post-up or offensive rebound, put back.
Harmon gets a step and will head back to the free throw line again. It's 2 possessions in a row. Her first step has been past Anaya Jester. Harmon into double figures now with 11 points with that free throw. Only played 20 minutes in this game because of first half foul trouble.
Yeah, hasn't had quite the impact. Most of that being just not having the minutes that she had yesterday.
Ricarte comes back in for Lander. 3 Bearcats in double figures. Passmore and Ricarte with 10 and 12 respectively. Conjay's been the killer for the Bears with 29. Passmore lost it on the dribble and then throws it away. Cruz was not ready for that pass. And yet another turnover for Passmore.
Little confusion there in that exchange with the Bearcats. Little confusion for the Bearcats getting set up in defense, but they end up in zone.
Dillinger traveled. Says she kept her foot down, but the officials disagree. A little bit of pressure, but Jester spins out of it. The shot rattles out. Conjay the offensive rebound. There's a physical fight for the ball that ends in a held ball. Possession arrow back to Lenoir-Rhyne.
Good job there by Brandy Hudson, sticking her nose in there and causing the jump ball to get the Bears another possession here.
Take a look at the replay, but yeah, Conjay has been challenged more in the second half around the rim than she was in the first half. Most of her buckets in the first half were pretty uncontested. Harmon's got the basketball back, and she'll pull a deep 3 straight away that's short. Offensive rebound is ripped away by Cruz. But the ball goes out of bounds and stays with Lander there off the deflection. And a timeout for Kevin Peterson and Lander. A 30-second timeout. Lander's only 1 for their last 5 from the floor, but they are maintaining this lead. This is very similar to the game last night between Lander and Carson Newman, where Lander had stretches offensively where they went cold from the field, but they were still able to maintain their lead. They never let Carson Newman get back within real striking distance, and that's been the same story today.
Yeah, absolutely. Very similar. This lead's been a little bit larger, but same kind of scenario. Just Lander's always seemed like they've been in control in both games. These last two days here, this kickoff classic.
So Lander basketball out of the timeout. McBride, Crooks, Hudson, Dillinger, and Harmon, the Bear 5. Nia Jester on the right wing. It's a post feed to Conjay. Too easy. How many times have they thrown the ball over a Bear post defender's head tonight to Conjay, who now has 31 points? Jumper too strong from Dillinger. And Passmore will jog it up the floor.
Good look from McBride there on the little elbow ball screen. Just wasn't able to get it fall. Looks like Lander will go back to Conjay.
Conjay misses. 31 points, by the way, is her career high. She had 29 a couple times last year as McBride steals it. And Harmon backs it out. Emily drives on Ricarte. Tough finish. She gets it to go. 14 points for her. to lead the Bears, and it's back to 13. Passmore, that's too easy. She used the screen and had a really good look at it and knocked it down.
Yeah, able to get to the mid-range spot where she's comfortable and knocks it down.
McBride answers back with a three of her own. Second three for Tatum.
See if the Bears can get a stop here and have a chance to get it to 10, maybe 9 on the next possession down the floor.
Lander using all the shot clock wisely. Wait until 10 seconds to even get into their set. Passmore picks it up, throws it into Conjay too far. That is now double-digit turnovers for Zamaya Passmore. Lander's got 17 turnovers, and Zamaya's got 10 of them.
Yeah, these first 2 games, she struggled taking care of the ball. Like you said, double digits today, and I think she was at 8 yesterday, so something that she'll have to look at moving forward in the season.
Lander back in the zone defensively. This is what gave the Bears fits. Crooks a three. Had to have that one and didn't get it.
Was a good look to get this in single digits. Just wasn't able to knock it down.
A lot of dribbling for Passmore. Dribbles to the rim, gives it off, and a foul on Lander on Conjay as Harmon ended up on the ground. Conjay's third, but not much of a factor with 1:37 to go. The fourth on Lander. And there's a turnover and a steal for Ricarte. McBride commits the foul. That's the first foul of the fourth quarter on Lenoir-Rhyne, and Graham Smith will call a timeout. But the Bears had a small window here in the early part of the fourth quarter to mount a comeback, and they just couldn't find the shots to do it.
Yeah, like we mentioned previous, that offense was clicking a little bit earlier in the fourth quarter, but we wasn't able to get the defense to do the same. And Lando, in turn, was able to keep this lead at a 12 or so point distance this whole fourth quarter. So no real pressure put on Lander here at the end of the game. Though he had the opportunity, just were not able to capitalize.
But all in all, this has to be a smashing success of a weekend for Graham Smith and the program. I mean, the win over USC Aiken yesterday, they've been a little bit overmatched at times today by Lander, but they've hung right with the Bearcats for the good majority of this game. And coming into this season, when you looked at this game on the schedule with all of the unknowns on LR's roster, you thought that this game today could have been pretty ugly, and it certainly was not ugly for the Bears.
Agreed. Obviously, you'd love to go 2-0 with a win over the third-best team in the nation, but leaving the weekend 1-1, like you said, it'll be hard for Coach Smith to have any complaints. And with the Bears being pretty competitive
Hudson
in
now
this game versus Lander.
Hudson off the feed from Harmon. She's into double figures now with 11. Near turnover there. Last 40 seconds of this game. Lander will leave Hickory with 2 wins this weekend after the Final Four in a 20-2 season a year ago for the Bearcats, and virtually everyone returning off of that Final Four team. Couldn't ask for a much better start to your season if you're Kevin Peterson.
You could not, and this is probably but what you expected these first 2 games to go like for Lander. Obviously being the third-best team preseason in the country. Expected to win both these games, and they did. They took care of business and set themselves up.
Cruz has to fire at the end of the shot clock, and it grazed the rim. The officials said it was a shot clock violation, and it definitely did graze the rim. And now the officials will come together. So I think the conclusion they're going to come to here is that it did hit the rim, so what do you do next?
Great question. It looked like the Bears are going to come down there, but I don't think they have possession, so it might go to the possession arrow.
I think that is going to happen as well, and the possession arrow favors Lander right now. Oh, they give the ball back to LR. So they're calling it an inadvertent whistle and saying that the Bears had possession of it. So then Graham Smith calls a timeout. So with 15.9 seconds to go, LR down 12. He spends a timeout. And the ball will be advanced to the Bear bench.
Just a little opportunity for Graham to work on some late game sideline out of bounces, so when they get in this situation in future games, they have a chance to execute a little bit better.
But if this first weekend is any indication of the season that is ahead for the Bears, there's a lot to be looking forward to if you're a fan of LR women's basketball.
Absolutely. They got one of the best guards in the conference in sophomore Emily Harmon, and then a couple of freshmen have had good games here in Rose Bone and Maddie Dillinger. And then Brandy Hudson's been able to come in here and make an impact, even though she hasn't been able to finish around the rim. She's definitely made her presence felt.
And Hudson and Dillinger combined to go 8 for 29 from the floor tonight, and most nights they're going to shoot it better than that. So this is the best of the best competition. I don't think saw Lander beat Carson Newman last night, who was the best team in the SAC. So if the Bears hang around with Lander, they should be able to hang around with just about anyone in this conference. Last shot is blocked, and the clock will run out. And it's a 12-point win for Lander, 67-55, but they had to work and claw and scratch for everything they got today. It'll show up as a loss for the Bears on the scoreboard, and I know that Graham Smith is not looking for moral victories, but I think the Bears did get a moral victory today.
Yeah, it's always tough to quantify a loss as any type of victory, but they'll be able to draw some stuff from this game, especially, I mean, like we mentioned, this is the best of the best, so when you're able to compete with these guys, you'll be able really to compete for Elite Eight, Final Four, that kind of spot. So not quite there yet, but working our way towards that.
Lander leaves Hickory with 2 wins, and they will travel to the LCU Classic. That's coming up this upcoming weekend. They're going to Lubbock, Texas to take on the number 1 ranked Lubbock Christian University team on their home floor. So a top 3 matchup coming up for the Bearcats, but a good opening weekend tune-up for them to get them ready for that and Peach Belt Conference play.
Oh, that'll be a great game for any fan of women's basketball or women's D2 basketball. Number 1 versus 3 matchup. Anytime you can get a top 5 matchup in any sport, it's exciting. So see how they do next weekend, heading to Texas. But like you said, nice little tune-up here for them. Able to get a ranked win and then beat LR today to start the season 2-0.
And for Lenoir-Rhyne, things get real quick. Wingate comes in here on Wednesday night to open up SAC conference play. So a good showing for the Bears on their home floor in the 2021 SAC Peach Belt crossover. And this year's event finishes up in about 25 minutes with Carson Newman and USC Aiken, both teams looking for their first wins of this 2021-22 season. For Blake Simmons, the rest of our crew, Eric Bach saying so long for now. We'll be back in about 20 minutes with Game 2 today. Lander wins Game 1 over Lenoir-Rhyne, 67-55.